For this example, we're going to graph the angle negative 120 degrees on the Cartesian plane. So remember that when we're graphing an angle on the Cartesian plane, we're going to start off with the positive x-axis as our starting point. So we're going to start right here. Now the fact that this angle is negative is telling us that we are going to move in a counterclockwise, we're going to move in a clockwise direction. So we're going to go with the clock in this manner when we graph the angle. So this is our starting point. This is 0 degrees. And now because we're moving in a negative direction, and all the negative means is that we're going in a clockwise direction. So we have to travel in a clockwise direction 120 degrees. That's what that's telling us. So if we travel in a clockwise direction over to the negative y-axis over here, we have just traveled negative 90 degrees, but I'm just going to call it 90 because we already know the angle is negative. And if we continue traveling in a clockwise direction, after the 90 degrees on the negative y-axis, now we have the 180 degrees on our negative x-axis. So we travel 0 degrees, negative 90, and negative 180. Notice that negative 120 is in between negative 90 and negative 180. So when we sketch the angle, it's going to be over here in the third quadrant. Now, to finish this angle, we have to make sure when somebody reads this angle that they know that it's negative. That means we're going to draw a little arrow. We're going to start at the initial side, and we're going to draw the arrow in a clockwise direction, and it's going to terminate at 120 degrees. So if somebody looking at this wants to know what the angle is, they should know it's negative, so we would sketch it like this to show them that it's a negative angle. We're going to sketch that little arrow there, starting the initial side, ending at the terminal side, and that arrow should go in a clockwise direction because it's negative, rather than in a counterclockwise direction because that would mean that it's positive.